Alright, here we are at the last group, and you can actually see the first part of my N64 collection, but yeah, here is the last group of games, and we start off with Socket, a game that I saw on GameSack. Great channel, and this was a game I have never heard of until now. And it's definitely kind of a mixed bag of what you're doing in the game from what he said. But it just looks like it's a lot of fun. The music is really good. I can't wait to give it a try, although he said there were parts of the levels that were kind of frustrating, but still a fun game. Sonic, the Sonic series. 1, 2, and 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, I feel, are definitely must-own. People have mixed opinions of Sonic and Knuckles, but if you like the first 3, there's more to this game than just the lock-on ability with Sonic 2 and 3. Sonic and Knuckles is actually a continuation of the story of 3. It's a direct sequel to 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 don't really correlate from a story standpoint, but Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are intertwined. They are Sonic and Knuckles is a continuation. So if you like Sonic 3, you're doing yourself a real disservice to not play Sonic and Knuckles. Next up is Sonic Spinball. Some people think this game isn't that great. I love this game, and I think it's definitive Sonic the Hedgehog game to have on the Genesis, without a question, especially with how cheap it is. Next up is Sonic 3D Blast. This game is don't get it unless you can get it for cheap. It's not that good of a game. And then there's Sonic Classics. This is another one that's kind of a convenience title. I can't remember. It's got Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But like the 6-pack, I picked it up for convenience. For some time when I get another Nomad. But next up, Still Empire. Recently did the game time of this. One of my favorite Genesis games. I absolutely love this game. I think it's worth picking up for under 20 bucks. Definitely a good one. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I love the Street Fighter series. Definitely a great one to pick up. And I just realized that Super Street Fighter 2 should be coming right after that, but it's not. But anyway, Street Smart. Another game that came with those Genesis cases that I wasn't even really aware of, surprisingly, but definitely want to give this one a try now. It looks interesting. Streets of Rage. I don't know why I even need to say anything more than Streets of Rage for you to get all 3 of these. All 3 of them are awesome. You'll hear people say Streets of Rage 3 isn't that good. Don't listen to those people. Those people are idiots. It's a good game. Awesome game. Any one of them is great. However, I have heard that Bare Knuckle 3, which is the Japanese version, is superior in some way to Streets of Rage 3, and I would like to pick it up just to compare the two to see. Maybe do game time video comparing the two, But it's rather expensive. And then Super Street Fighter 2, which I will have to move because it's in the wrong spot. I prefer this version because it has newer characters. And we all know how many times Capcom can rehash Street Fighter 2. Morons like me will keep buying it. But next up, Subterranean. An interesting shooter with interesting control dynamics. Which people could say are kind of frustrating, but you get used to them. But I mean, it's a cheap game, and I thought it was worth giving a try. I haven't played it yet. Super Hang-On. It's a decent port of the arcade game. Same with Super Monaco GP. Either is really cheap and worth picking up. Super Off-Road. Whether you get this for the Genesis or the Super Nintendo, I don't think it matters, but I love this game. There is no end to it. You will just keep reversing which way you're going, but I don't know how long how many times I just sat there and played it for hours. Hours on end. Love that game. Sword of Vermilion. Another game I haven't played, but supposed to be a pretty good RPG, so I thought I'd get it and got it for a decent price. So, Terminator 2, the arcade game. I had no intentions of getting this, but found it at a local game store for $4, and I was just like, $4. I don't think I can go wrong with that. So I decided to grab it. Still have not played it. Tasmania. It's supposed to be a fun game. I hadn't intended to pick it up, but people say that it's half decent. I've heard other people say it sucks. Along with Taz and Escape from Mars, kind of the same deal. Tecmo Super Bowl. The Tecmo Super Bowl games are pretty good. And I got this on the Super Nintendo as well, but this came with that group of Genesis cases, and I figured, what the hell, I'm going to hold on to it and actually see which one I like better, the Super Nintendo version of or the Genesis version. Hyperstone Heist. I don't know why people compare this to Turtles in Time. They are not the same game. They are very similar, but they are not the same. Get both of them, but both of them are pretty expensive. Surprisingly, this is more expensive than the Super Nintendo, than Turtles in Time. I mean, you can find Turtles in Time for around $45. This will cost you upwards of $60, and you won't get a manual with it, because 99% of the time there's no bloody manual with that game, and I don't understand why. It's like people just automatically took the manual out and burned them ritualistically or something. I don't know, but I'm having trouble finding the manual for this game. But definitely a must-have on the system. Great game. Thunder Force 2, another good shooter, along with Lightning Force. Not Lightning Force, Lightning Force. And you might be thinking, well, doesn't that go in the L's? Well, no, because it's a sequel. That is actually Thunder Force 4, I think. I don't know why they changed the name, and then they put their lovely English in there, Lightning Force. Yeah, another good game to pick up. Next up is Toe Jam and Earl. Didn't really intend to pick this up until I saw it on Steve Benway's channel, and decided, what the hell, give it a try. Sequel, Panic on Funkatron, is a much different game. It's more of a platformer. And I got them together for a cheap price. So, Two Crude Dudes, side-scrolling beat-em-up. Looks like a lot of fun. Haven't played it yet though. Next up, Undead Line, an interesting shooter type of game. This is a reproduction, never made it to the US. So, another one to check out if you like shooters. Vector Man 1 and 2. Both of these were interesting games that I was aware of back in the day, but just didn't really have much interest in. But now that I've seen gameplay videos of them, I definitely want to give them a try. Virtua Racing. This is a pretty fun game. I mean, it's not the best port, obviously, but it is impressive what they managed to do with the Genesis with this game from the arcade. Definitely worth picking up in my opinion. Next up is World Class Leaderboard Golf. Another nostalgic game I have playing with my dad. It's probably the last golf game that I will ever get for the Genesis, but yeah. Next up, X-Men. A lot of fun. Love this game. Cheap, common, pick it up. X-Men 2, a little less common, but just as fun in my opinion. And here it is. All your base are belong to us. Zero Wing. The viral video on YouTube. And it's really sad because this game did not come to the US. This is a Mega Drive game, and it only came out in Europe and Japan. However, you can get the PAL version or the Mega Drive Japanese version, and then we'll play in your Genesis just fine. And it's sad because it gets this reputation for all your base are belong to us, and that's all it's known for. But it's a really good shooter. Definitely worth picking up. Kind of expensive, but definitely worth getting if you're into shooters. And the last of my boxed games is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I don't know which one is better, the SNES version or this version, but it's one that I've been wanting to try, so I ended up getting on the Genesis and a big group of games. So, yeah, definitely need to get that one and put it. Probably maybe I'll do a game time video of it around Halloween. That seems appropriate. But now you will see that I have 4 loose games sitting here. And you're like, well, you don't like loose games, so what's the deal? Well, I don't know why this is sitting here, but it is David Robinson's Supreme Court. I don't know why I have that sitting there loose. I guess I figured I'd give it a try, and if I liked it, I would bother to print out the cover and find the manual. Then I have Batman Forever. I think this is very similar to the Super Nintendo version. And if that's the case, I honestly don't know why I have that there, because I played the Super Nintendo version, and it's absolute shit. This one, Arnold Palmer's Tournament Golf, I hear has some other game hidden on it, and I need to go look up and actually try to find out if that's the case, because this game sucks. And if it has something cool hidden on it, I want to play it. I just can't remember what game it was supposed to be. Canadian Retro, I know you had said, I think you had said that. So, comment down below, correct me if I'm wrong. And then here's one of the games that I got with a Genesis that I had bought, Animaniacs. As you can see, it has a lovely label. It's one of the ones that would not play, it's a game that would not play until I cleaned it properly. And yeah, I think I got it with the Jungle Book, that's right. And I mean, it's just one that I guess I figure I want to give a try. And if I like it, well, I'll definitely have to find one with a better label, but I'm definitely not going to print out a cover and put it in a case, especially like that. But that is my Genesis collection. There will be more games coming, because I actually even have some in shipping right now on their way to me, and you will see what all those games are come next Saturday. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. The videos, because I'm splitting this up into 3 parts, but in this, and let me know what you think. Do you want to see more collection videos? If so, I will do some. If not, I will not bother. But I will see you guys with the next video, which either be a game time or something else. I think I'm going to sit down and play some Kirby's Avalanche right now and let you know what I think about that. But yes, I will see you with that next video. Later.